Welcome back, students. Now we will see the implementation of this infix to postfix conversion. Implementation is nothing but we have to write the code. Okay, we have to write the C++ code which will do the conversion of infix expression into postfix expression. So quickly, I'm simply giving you the steps, what steps we have to follow in order to convert the given infix expression into postfix expression. So the step 1, so we have to code the complete stack, okay, the complete stack using templates. So that we have already done. So instead of writing that complete code once again, I'm simply opening that program now. So if you go open, then this one, the program name was stack implementation. This one, stack implementation.cpp. I'm opening. So here, this is my entire program. So here you can see we have the stack demo class and we have the constructor and we have this push function, then pop function, is full function, is empty function, peek function, size function. All these functions we have under this implementation. Then we have our main. So what I will do now is I will remove this content from my main function. I will remove this from main function because we are going to do a different thing over here. So the next thing we need to add is go to this PPT and see. Here we have to add the operator precedence function. Operator precedence function is nothing but this function. This entire code we have to write. This entire code as it is we have to write into our IDE. So that I will do now. After this peek and after this size, I will write this function, operator precedence function. Okay, like a normal function only I will write that function. No need to add that function inside the class. So simply I will add that function like a regular function. So here, as it is a regular function, no need to what we call scope resolute with class name, or no need to give the template definition because my class is a template. Okay, so simply directly I can write that code, and as my function is going to return integer type, precedence value generally it will be of integer type. So precedence, PREC, I am taking the function name as PREC, and we are going to pass character to this function, character C to this function. If at all my C is equals to what it is power operator. So like this, if at all my C, my supplied character is power operator, then what we have to return value 3, isn't it? Return value 3. So if it is only one statement, no need of this curly bracket. So simply I will omit this curly brackets. Okay, if it is only one statement, omit this curly bracket. Else if my C is equals to either what we call either plus, sorry, first we will write the multiplication, either multiplication or if it is C is equals to what we call division. If any of these two, what we do, then return how much? 2. Okay, if at all, else if at all my C is equals to addition, that is plus sign, or C equals to minus sign, then what we have to return? Okay, minus sign, then return 1. Return 1. If it is any operator other than this, so that is else, then what we have to do? Return minus 1. Return minus 1. So like this. So after this, what we have to do? We have to write our infix to postfix utility function. See here in our slide. So after this, what we have to do? We have written the operator precedence function. Okay, code the utility function to return the operator precedence. This we have done. Template we have done. So then what we have to do? code the utility function to convert infix expression to postfix expression. That is nothing but this function, infix to postfix function. Here I have my function that is infix to postfix function. Yeah, here infix to postfix function. This function I have to code now. Yeah, of course it is a lengthy function. I will do it quickly. So for return type is void, then infix to postfix. Okay, so the function name, function will take an array of characters, So here, first of all, we have to find out the length of the supplied array of characters. Okay, so length of S, supplied character array. So as we are using strlen, we have to add string.h to our program. Hash include string.h. Okay, header file, string.h header file. Then here, after finding the length, what we have to do? Yeah, create that stack demo. Our class name is what? Our class name is stack demo, right? So I'm copying this class name to create my stack in my program. So stack demo, okay, of type what? As it is a template stack. It is a generic stack. We are making specific to character. Okay, so st is my object, st of how much length? Okay, of len. Okay, whatever this supplied string length we are having, that equivalent length stack we are creating. So the next thing what we have to do, then initially perform the push operation to push an known character n. Okay, a known character n. Then what we have to do? Then take the output string. Hopefully it is a capital, no, small s only. String. Yeah, here C++ do support strings. So string, output string ns I am taking. Okay, output string ns. So we have to run a loop from 0 to n, isn't it? From I equals to 0 to I must be less than length and I plus plus. We have to run a loop from the beginning of the given expression to the end of the expression. Beginning of the expression to end of the expression, we are running a loop. So then what we have to do after this? Okay, inside this what we have to do means, if the scanned operator is an scanned character is an operand. Operand means how we can check that one? If at all s of I, if at all s of I is greater than or equals to a, okay, and s of I is less than or equals to z, okay, less than or equals to z, or okay, or capitals also we have to check, right? S of I, it must be greater than or equals to capital A, and S of I, it must be less than or equals to capital Z, like this. So if this entire thing, we are considering them as operators. So if this entire thing is true, then what we have to do? Simply add our output string, add our operand to the output string. If it is an operand, add it to the output string. That we are doing. ns plus equals to s of I. ns plus r equals to s of I, like this. So else if it is not an operand, if it is not an operand and it is an opening bracket, else if s of I is an opening bracket, equals to what is that? Opening bracket. So then what we have to do is, if at all it is an opening bracket, again we will do the same thing, isn't it? We'll push it to the output string. We'll push it, stack only. We'll push it to the stack. So perform st dot push st dot push off s of I, push off s of I. So like this, push it to the stack. Okay, st dot push off open bracket, or s of I will also hold the same thing, so you can put that one, or you can even write like this. Okay, or you can even write like this to avoid the confusion. Okay, so like this also you can push. So then if it is an closing bracket, else if s of I is equals to a closing bracket, then what we have to do? Yeah, we have to take a while loop and we have to parse, we have to check the complete stack, isn't it? We have to peek the stack and we have to check st dot peek of whatever character we get, it should not be equals to null. That means n. That means the stack should not be empty. And st dot peek, whatever character we peek, it should be it shouldn't be an opening bracket. It shouldn't be an opening bracket. So until and unless these things are true, what we have to do, we have to pop all the characters. Character C is equals to st dot peek. We are simply checking st dot peek of, then pop that one, st dot pop that character and add it to the output string. As you are popping that character, ns plus equals to what is that? S of I. Add it to the output string. Okay, so like this we are doing inside my while. So inside this only, if the character is opening, I mean if the whatever character we have inside our given infix expression, if it is an closing bracket, if it is an closing parenthesis, after doing that we have to do this also. Okay, this is an extra we got, I think. Hopefully not. So this we are closing here and this we are closing where? Nowhere. So this for you have to, yeah, here we need one closing. So like this it will go to the for and this it will go to the function. Good. So here it should be like this. Okay, so after doing while, we have to check if the st dot peek, whatever character we are peeking from the stack, whether it is equals to opening bracket. In case if it is an opening bracket, what we do? In case if it is an opening bracket, yeah, peek the characters. Character C is equals to st dot peek, okay, then pop that character. Simply we have to discard, isn't it? Whenever you have the closing bracket and you are finding an opening bracket, what we have to do? We have to discard both the set of parentheses. Okay, both the parentheses, opening parentheses as well as closing parentheses. That we are doing now. Okay, this is what we are discarding. So after this discard, this is over, this is over. Okay, this else if is also over. So after this, yeah, it is not an operand, it is not an opening bracket, and it is neither a closing bracket. Then what it will be? It will be an operator. So inside the else part, what we are doing, as it is an operator, while, okay, st dot peek, because we have to check the precedence of, yeah, first we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. So not equals to n. It should not be equals to n. If it is not equals to n, and so check the precedence of s of I. S of I is nothing but your scanned character. It should be greater than, sorry, lesser than, right? It should be lesser than or equals to precedence of st dot peek. That means the top operator inside your stack, st dot peek. Okay, if it is like this, then what we have to do? Yeah, push, pop that character and add it to the output string. Pop that character and add it to the output string. St dot peek, first will peek. Okay, then what we do? St dot pop that character. Okay, pop that character. It will pop that character from the given stack. So now what we have to do, whatever character we got, we retrieved with the help of peek, that we have to add it to the output string. ns plus equals to c. That's it. ns plus equals to c. Okay, here also we did no s of I we did. No, here also not s of I. I guess it is c only, because already when you pop, already the top will come down, isn't it? So c. So anywhere else we have done, yeah, here ns plus equals to s of I only. This is s of I only, but here you have to put ns plus equals to c, and here also ns plus equals to c only. Okay, so the next thing, quickly go and see if, yeah, inside this while only, inside this else part only, if at all the scanned character is an opening bracket. Okay, st dot peek of, yeah, this is something additional we are writing, st dot peek of peek equals to an opening bracket. This we are checking inside the stack. If you have an opening bracket inside the stack, what we have to do, character c equals to st dot peek, peek that one, not is empty, sorry, peek that one. Okay, then what we have to do, st dot pop, pop that one simply. Yani, after reaching the opening bracket, immediately what you have to do, you have to pop that character and you have to add it to the output. No, not this one, this code I have written, yeah, here. Immediately, as, yeah, if it is an operator, immediately we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. And if the stack is not empty and it is having characters, that means they can be operators, because only either operators or the opening brackets we are pushing into the stack. Neither we are pushing the closing bracket nor we are pushing the operands onto the stack. Onto the stack, what we are pushing? We are pushing only open brackets and operators. All the operators we will push to the stack. When you are performing the conversion infix to postfix, you have to remember this one. We are pushing only operators and opening brackets. We are not pushing the closing brackets. We are not pushing the operands. If it is an operand, directly we are adding it to the output string. If it is an opening bracket, directly we are pushing it to the stack. If it is an operator, in that case only we are checking the precedence of existing operator and the currently scanned operator. So that we are doing over here. We are checking the precedence of currently scanned operator with the existing operator. If it is lesser, okay, if the currently scanned operator is having the lesser precedence, then we are doing the popping until you find an operator inside the stack which is having the greater precedence. If it is having greater precedence, simply push the current operator to the top of the stack. That we have to do. Okay, so inside this, yeah, after doing this, after popping the characters, I mean whatever operators are having the lesser precedence, we are popping all those. After popping all those, what we do, st dot push off the current scanned operator, currently scanned operator, push it to the top of the stack. So after this what we have to do, yes, over here we need to take, yeah, at this point we are considering that complete scanning of your expression will get over with this while, I mean with this closing bracket. Before this while, with this closing bracket, we are considering complete expression scanning is over. So what we have to do, whatever operators we have inside the stack, we have to pop them and we have to add them to the output string. So popping, yeah, immediately we have to pick. Before popping, we have to pick and we have to check what character we have. So as we said, until the end, so it should not be equals to n. Whatever character we are picking, it should not be equals to n. So till that point, c equals to st dot pop, sorry, st dot peek and then perform the pop, st dot peek and then perform the pop, st dot pop. Okay, then ns plus equals to our C. NS plus equals to our C. Simply popping the character and adding it to the output string. Okay. So after doing this, we have to print the output string. Okay. We have to print the output string. So that is our postfix expression. That will be our postfix expression. So how we will get that means, okay, how we will get that, inside NS we'll get that. Okay, add one NL. Okay, so next, all the utility functions we have written. We have written the stack definition. See how many lines of code it is. It is around 139 lines so far, still continuing. I mean, I have to write more 3 to 5 lines of code. So it will go up to 144 lines of code. So don't get nervous by seeing this code. Don't get what we call scared by seeing this code. Simply divide this code into modules, small functions, and get familiar with those functions. That's it. So here, as you can see, I have written my complete stack. Then I have written my precedence, okay, precedence function over here. Then I have written my infix to postfix conversion function over here till this point. Okay, so the next thing, yeah, I have to pass the expression and I have to convert that expression into a postfix. So what expression I am passing, you see over here. So character exp array I am taking, expression array I am taking of, yeah, that same expression a plus b multiplied with c. Okay, oh, sorry, a plus b multiplied with opening bracket c power d, c power d minus e closing bracket, again one more power of f plus g multiplied with h closing bracket minus I. So this is my infix expression because all operators are between the operands. All operators are between the operands. So this is my infix expression. So now I want to convert this expression infix to postfix of. This is my function, isn't it? Infix to postfix of whatever expression I have created just now here. This is my infix expression. So that expression I am passing. That expression I am passing. Yeah, here you put semicolon at the end and return 0. Okay, so like this. Now you save this program. Program got saved. Go compile. Yes, here it is showing errors as it should not be equals to but double equals to, because we are doing the comparison. Okay, it should be double equals to. More errors. Yes, here also we are doing the comparison. So double equals to. Anywhere else? No, hopefully all are correct only now. Compile. Yeah, program got successfully compiled. So this expression, whatever I am passing, it should be converted to postfix, and I have to get that postfix expression in my output. I'm expecting that output. So I'm executing the program now. It will take some time because we are running like 150 lines of code now. Yeah, we are getting the output. See. First, we are pushing n. Then, yeah, these all, whatever we got here, these all operators, only the stack what we call reflection we are getting over here. As you can see, only operators we are pushing and popping, nothing else. Only operators we are pushing and popping. And yeah, this is your postfix expression. This is your postfix expression. So here it should come in a new line. So here you take a backslash n like this. Here you take the backslash n like this. That's it. Save. Again, compile and execute. See, like this. postfix expression, we got this one. So hope you understood this one. So the next thing, yeah, after doing the implementation of my infix expression to postfix expression that we already done, we have to know how we can convert the given infix expression into prefix expression. Given infix expression into prefix expression, and we discuss only the concept here. We don't discuss the coding because they rarely ask the code, and I have seen like 5 to 6 years of question papers, nowhere they are asking the implementation of prefix, infix to prefix expression. They are just asking the concept, and moreover they are asking only the algorithms. How you are going to convert the given infix expression into prefix expression. That algorithm only they are asking, and it is like 3 to 4 steps, and for 2 marks only they are asking. So you have to write only that algorithm, and if you have time and patience, you can take one expression example and you can show them how you are converting that expression into prefix notation. That also you can do. So what is infix? Infix expression is something when your operator will come between the operands. Your operator will come between the operands. And when operator will come after the operands, we call that expression as prefix expression, isn't it? When the operator will come before the operands, sorry. If the operator is coming after the operands, we call that as postfix. We call that expression as postfix. So over here, this is your infix, this is postfix, and this is prefix. You have to remember, this is post, this is prefix. So like this. This is your infix. This is your infix. If the operator is in between the operands, infix. If the operator is after the operands, postfix. If the operator is before the operands, prefix. So how we can convert the given infix expression into prefix expression means you have to follow this what we call algorithm. Inside the step 1, what we are doing? Inside step 1, whatever expression they are giving, simply we have to reverse that expression. We have to reverse that given expression. So as you can read the step 1 here. As you can read the step 1 here. So what we are doing? Reverse the infix expression, that is A plus B star C will become C star B plus A. Exactly opposite to that one. So while you are reversing, you have to note one particular thing. So while you are reversing, each opening bracket will become closing bracket and each closing bracket will become opening bracket. So that I will give you an example how we are performing the reversal. So let us assume your given expression is something like this. A plus B. Give me some more time. Okay. A plus B of minus C. Like this I have my infix expression. This is my infix expression. So in order to convert this infix expression into prefix expression, what I have to do? I have to reverse this string. The first step is reverse the given infix expression. Reverse the given infix expression. So how it will be? How you are going to reverse? So whatever character you have at the end, you have to scan from right to left now. You have to scan from right to left. So whatever character you have at the beginning, when you are scanning from right, you have to write that character as the first character. Okay. So here you have C. So C minus closing bracket B plus A opening bracket. This will not give the meaning, isn't it? This is not giving the meaning. So that is the reason why we have this special note here. That is the reason why we have this special note here. What it is saying, while reversing, each opening bracket will become closing bracket and each closing bracket will become opening bracket. So now you see. So again I am doing the same reversal. So start from right. So write that C first, then minus, then we have the closing bracket. So in place of closing bracket, what I have to put? I have to put the opening bracket. So put opening bracket, then B plus A. again I have the opening bracket. So in place of opening bracket, I have to put the closing bracket. Now it is giving some meaning. So still it is like an infix expression only. It is not a prefix expression. So after this, after reversing, what we have to do, that we have to check. So till now only step 1 we have completed. We have completed only step 1. Still we have 2 more steps. After that, what we have to do, obtain the postfix expression of the modified expression. Obtain the postfix expression of the modified expression. So whatever expression we got here, and after step 1, we have to perform the what we call postfix conversion. This is some intermediate form, isn't it? So convert this intermediate form into postfix. So postfix expression, what will be the postfix expression? Simply we do the conversion now. Postfix, what we have to do, if it is an operator, I am taking the output string ns equals to. If it is an operand, add it to the output string. If it is an operator, push it to the stack. If it is an operator, push it to the stack. So I am pushing that minus here. Minus will come here. So then I have opening bracket. If it is an opening bracket, again push it to the stack. Then I have operator B. Put that B here. It is an operand. Then I have operator plus. If it is opening bracket and you have operator plus, push it to the stack only. So plus will come over here. Then I have A. Put here A. Then what I have? Closing bracket. If you have the closing bracket, look for the matching pair of opening bracket. Here I have the opening pair. So pop all the operators in between. I have only plus. So put that plus here. Then discard this and this. We have discarded. Then my scanning is over because I reached the end of the character, end of the string. I reached the end of the string. So what I have to do, pop all the operators from the stack. Already I popped this and this is also removed. I have only minus. So pop this minus and put here. So this is your postfix expression of this intermediate expression. So this is your postfix expression of intermediate expression. So this is step 2. Step 2 we have completed. So what is step 3 now? What is step 3? Reverse the postfix expression. Hence in our example, reverse the postfix expression. Whatever expression we got, you just reverse it. So we got CBA plus minus. So scan in this direction and write the minus first, plus A, B, C, like this. This is my prefix expression. This is my prefix expression of the given infix. What they have given infix? A plus B minus C. My infix was A plus B minus C. Now I got the prefix as minus plus ABC. So like this, all my operators are before the operand. So this is my prefix notation. Take another example and try to convert it into prefix. So here, what we are doing now, infix to prefix. Infix to prefix. And I am taking my example infix like A multiplied with B plus C minus D, okay, divide with E. This big expression I have taken. So what I have to do now? I have to do the step 1, that is reverse the given infix expression. So reverse. Start writing E divide, closing bracket will become opening bracket. Then we have D minus C, opening bracket will become closing bracket, plus closing bracket will become opening bracket. B multiplied with A, opening bracket will become closing bracket. So like this. This is my step 1. So in my step 2, what I have to do? I have to convert this given, I have to convert this reversed expression into postfix. So ns you take, ns output string, then E you add as it is. Then we have division operator. Division operator will be pushed onto the stack. So take the stack, take the stack, okay, then push that division operator. Then we have D, add it to the output string. Then we have minus, okay, minus is having the less what we call precedence than this division. So what we have to do, if minus is having less, go to the algorithm, quickly go to the algorithm and see what we have to do. yeah, here, if the precedence of the scanned operator is greater than the precedence of the operator in the stack, then push it. As it is having lesser precedence, our scanned operator is minus. Our scanned operator is minus, and the operator in the stack is division, isn't it? Division. So this is having lesser precedence. So what I have to do? I have to pop this. I have to remove this from the stack and add it to the output string. Remove this from the stack and add it to the output string division. Then push this minus. Then push this minus. So I'm removing this and push that minus to this place. Push that minus to this place. So minus will come over here. So next we have C. So add it to the output string. So yeah, before that, this opening bracket we missed, right? This opening bracket we missed. So that we have to do now. Yeah, again I'm starting. After pushing this after adding this E, we have this division. So like this division, then we have opening bracket. So put that opening bracket. Then we have D. So D will come. Then minus. So in case of opening bracket, if the scanned character is having the greater precedence, or if there is an opening bracket in the stack, we have to push. So minus will be pushed. Minus will be pushed, and that will come over here. Then we have C added to the output screen, then output string. Then we have closing. So closing means look for the matching opening parenthesis. So this is my opening parenthesis. So in between I have minus. So pop that minus and put here. And yeah, this parenthesis, let me take a different color. So this parenthesis as well as this parenthesis will be discarded, and this is already popped. So remove these things. Remove these things and go to the next character. So next character I have plus. Plus is having the, I have scanned character plus and operator in the stack division. So lesser than. So what I have to do? I have to pop this and I have to push this onto the stack. So pop this one first. Pop this division. Division will come here. And next what I have to do? I have to push. Yeah, popped, isn't it? The division is popped. So remove that one. Then push this plus. So if this is the case, what we have to do? If this is the case, yeah, this has to be pushed. But before that, this is the second thing. Before that, we have to pop the division. Division we popped already. So now I have to push this addition. Addition will be pushed and it will come over here. Addition. So like this. Next what I have? Again opening parenthesis. Simply push it. Then we have B. Put the B here. Then we have multiplication. As we have opening parenthesis, multiplication can be pushed. Then we have A operand added to here. Then we have closing. Closing means look for the matching opening. Here we have the opening. And here we have closing. In between we have this star. So add that star to the output screen. Pop that star, pop that multiplication and add it to the output screen. And discard this one as well as this one. Both will get discarded. So remove that one. When you are discarding, remove that one from the stack. So now our scanning is over, isn't it? Our scanning is over because we scanned this last character division, closing bracket as well. So after this, check for this stack. Check for stack. Does it having any operators? Yes, it is having only one operator plus. So pop that operator and add it to the output string like this. So this is my postfix form of this reversed string. So after that, what I have to do? In my step 3, once again reverse this postfix notation. Okay, so my after reversing, what I will get? I have to start from here, this side. So plus multiplication A, B, division minus C, D, E. So this is my prefix. This is my prefix. In this way, we do the conversion from infix to prefix. Infix to prefix. Okay, hope you understood. Okay, I'm taking another without any parenthesis. I'm taking another. That means simply I want to do this example. The example what I have given in your notes, that example I will do as the last example. Okay, so that is our infix notation. They have given A, capital A star capital B plus C divided by D. They have given this example, I mean, they have given this question in your one of your previous year question paper. So that is the reason why I have taken this example and I'm converting it. So first, what we have to do in my step 1, I have to reverse this string. I have to reverse this string. So how? No parenthesis, so no need to bother about that one. So D division C plus B star A. Like this I will get. Next thing, in my step 2, what I have to do? Convert this into postfix expression. Convert this reversed string into postfix expression. So how it will be? So D, ns you take, D, ns means output string, that's it, no meaning over here. So D, you add it to the output string, then we have the division. Take the stack, division, push it onto the stack, then we have C, add it to the output screen, then plus sign division. Definitely division is having less, so first you pop this division, then add this plus to the output screen, so pop this division and add it to the output string, then remove this one from the stack, remove this as it is popped, remove this from the stack and add this plus to the stack, push this plus to the stack. So plus will come over here like this. Then what we have? Then we have B, add it B. Then we have multiplication. Yeah, multiplication, and already we have plus inside the stack. It is greater. So when it is greater, simply push it to the stack. So star will be pushed, that is multiplication will be pushed. Then we have A, add it to the output screen. My scanning is over. I have star, I mean that is multiplication and addition inside my stack. I have to pop them. So can I pop plus directly? No, I can't. Only I can pop the top of the stack. So multiplication will be popped first. So star will come first, then plus will come. Okay. So my conversion into postfix is over of the reverse string. Then what I have to do? Under my step 3, once again I have to reverse. In my step 3, once again I have to reverse. So start from here and plus multiplication A, B, division C, D. Plus multiplication A, B, division C, D. Okay. So take another string and try to practice this at your home. Okay. So I'm giving the input, that is nothing but infix notation like this. So A minus capital B divide C. It is also an important question for your externals. Okay. Multiplication of A divide with K minus L. Do practice this one at home. Okay. So with this we have completed the conversion of infix expression into postfix expression also. The implementation I have given in the notes, you can follow. Okay. That we will not discuss because it will consume a lot of time, and moreover it is not that much important. Okay. So after this, the evaluation of postfix expression, that is very, very, very important, and it is a long answer question that we will do in our next video. Okay. Thank you, students.